Welcome viewers to a new episode of the DENSO Tech Academy video tutorial series. There is a new piece of software coming with our BHT M series devices called BHT Booster. And today I would like to introduce you and show you what we can do with BHT Booster. Basically saying, BHT Booster is a simple piece of software which we can use to generate simple workflows and simple applications without even programming anything. So everything can be done on the device, configuration and the usage of the application. So this is what I would like to show you today. So let's have a look on our device and see what we can do with the software. Okay, so I have my BHT M80 here, and on the BHT M80 we have the BHT Booster application pre-installed and part of the system. So what I will do now, I will just simply open it and we see the startup screen and it says no enrolled operations. So we need to configure the application first. To do this we can use the menu as set, go to work setting, and now it's asking for a password. And as usual, the initial password for this operation and entering the setting menu is an empty password. So I simply click OK. And now I see the work menu login. I can add some new work here, so I can configure a new work task. I can go in here to check some login settings like input worker ID, so messages, what I will see on the login screen. If we go back, we can set up here the head message of the main menu, select the work to perform. I can change this here or I can leave it as it is. I will leave it for now. And here as well we have a menu. Start the work will bring us back to the initial screen. Device information, I can go in here and set some parts which I could use later on in my workflow, like device number, location codes, and so on. Common settings we have here. So we should specify the files which we download, which format they have, UTF-8, select the line feed code in our files. If we upload data, so download data is like importing the data into the application, and uploading the data is like exporting the data from the application. So the data we collect will be uploaded, so that means it will be exported and stored in a CSV file somewhere on the device. So we can change some settings here for this one. Let's go back. What else do we have? Password setting. So here I can set the password, which I use, the empty one, which I use to move from the settings screen to the or from the work screen to the settings screen. I will cancel this for now. Reading a setting means importing settings. Setting output means saving my currently settings and saving them back onto the device. Good. The easiest way to get up and running is to download the BHT Booster package from our website or from DENSO Wave's website in Japan. And inside the package we will find some stuff which I would like to show you right now. So we have, at first we have the folder which we downloaded here, and you see inside we have some sample data. We have a folder here with a BHT Booster manual. We have an English Japanese manual inside. We have the APK file in case we want to install it on a device, but as said, on the M80 it's part of the system. We have the sample data for Japanese, and then we have two README files. So the easiest way to get up and running is if we take the work sample data for English, and there is a folder BHT Booster, and I would like to copy this folder onto the device. So we see here we have a folder BHT Booster as well. which is created when the application is starting. And we see here some files like device information, workflow, JSON files, and some folders which are used later on. So basically what I will do now is I will take the BHT Booster folder from what I downloaded and simply copy it on the device and get the original folder replaced. And now I should have some, if we go inside here in this folder, we see some import workflows, work sample JSON. Good. Now let's go back to the device, to the menu, reading of setting, and we say yes. We pick the work sample file, and this is now what it has imported. So going back to the screen, we see now we have certain workflows or work tasks imported, like data collection, and we click on it, we go inside, we see data collection, there is some download section, then there is some track record import part, and then there is an upload section. So this means download is always importing data into the application. Upload means uploading data or exporting data from outside the application. Now let's go back. So we see here we have data collection, master verification, one-to-N verification, one-to-one verification, picking, and inventory. Good. Looking at this, we see some similarities. If you know EasyPack, EasyPack Pro and EasyPack Add from our DENSO devices, there were quite similar workflows implemented into these. And so we see here the sample workflows we get are very similar to what we have seen already. And if we just check the data collection, as said, we have some parts here, track record, I can go inside, and then I have a process name, guide message, so what is shown on the screen, read data setting. So we read a data called commodity code, alphanumeric characters, and so on and so on. So we see here, if we click deeper into this, we read, we see what it does. So list display data. What we will do now next is we try one of these workflows. Master reference setting, this is comparison between the master file and stuff like this, but this is all as well explained in the manuals. And then we have some button settings here. So we have 3 buttons, back, clear, and register, and some other settings, display the number of registered cases. This is unticked. And what else do we have? We have here the circle button with the eye, so we can get a preview. How will the screen look like? And doing this, we can edit this. We can see the preview, which we already did. We can expand all or close all. Yeah, basically this is the way it works. So I have this configuration backend where I can define my tasks, I can edit my tasks, I can change my tasks, import, export tasks, and so on and so on. And then I have, of course, the front end. So let's go from this menu to the start work menu. So the first thing it does, it asks us to enter or scan a worker ID. So worker ID, this could be anything. Let's name him Joe. Go inside. And now he comes, the worker has identified itself or given his ID, which we could use later on then if we store data, so that we link the data to the worker who collected the data, stuff like this. And we were looking at the data collection task already. So let's try the data collection task. So It says now read the track record data to register. Commodity codes, I need commodity codes. So where do I get them from? And if we're looking back on what we have downloaded here in the sample folder, there is a document with some sample barcode data. So every barcode we need for this test, for this operation to run, we can simply print out these sample barcode PDF sheet. It's 2 pages with a lot of code, like instruction barcodes, which we can use in one thing, commodity barcodes, which we can use, and as well there is some bin number barcodes which we could use in another test scenario. So let's go this way. I will scan one of these codes, and we see here it is scanning the code, then checking the master data file, getting the description and showing this on the screen. I can scan another code. So we see it here, instant food, M5 screw, water. This is everything I have. So I can go either back with one of the buttons, which will lead to the situation that the stored data will get lost. So I can go back, I can clear with the same result, store data let's get lost, and I can register. And then when I click on the register, this data is saved on the device. Good. Yeah, where is this data saved? So we can look at the 5 folders again here. This folder, we have some upload data, and there is a text file called data collection txt, which is containing the information I need. If I open it, it's a plain text file, and it is having the information of what we collected at the end of the day. And they're text files, and they're how the files look like and what data is stored. This is described then in the definition of this work task. Good. So we have data collection. What else do we have? Master verification. So it's working basically the same. It is loading a master data file, and now I have to scan the codes which are registered in the master data file. As we only have 8 item codes on the printed sheets, basically we need to scan everything. And we see here, once we have scanned them, the color is changed, and here it says I have already read this data. What else do we have? This one. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. What is missing? Test commodity 8. Now I have it read as well. So now everything is read. I have 8 records in my master data file, 8 records which I have read. So all the information is there. Now I can simply click on register. It registered it, and that's it. One-to-N verification, one-to-one verification, they're working in the same way. So picking could be interesting as well. Here it asks us to read an instruction code. So I will read an instruction code, which is basically, let's say, the shipment number. And then it shows me that I should read, or this shipment should contain plastic parts cover red, 3 pieces, and M5 screws, 5 pieces. So I will now read the products in. So first the plastic parts cover, and then as next the M5 screws. I need this 5 times, and now my shipment is completed, and I can simply click register. Yeah, that's basically it. If I finished my picking, I click on track record send, and this will then export these records to the data file onto the device. Good. What else? Inventory, a very good example as well. So first we have to identify which bin we are counting. So I scanned bin number B02 now. And now I will scan a code, and it now asks me to enter the quantity of this product. We have 20 inside. So I have one product now registered. I will register the M5 screws as well, 100 pieces. Yeah, that's it. I can click on back. And if I go back, I can pick another bin to count, or and go into this process again, or I can say my inventory taking is finished, and I save the data and export the data, and that's it. So you see, it's quite easy. Some tasks to get an idea what we can do with this tool, and then yeah, we can look into the back end. If we go into work setting again, here we have our parts, and if we look deeper, for instance, in the picking, so first we have the master data download, and we have, of course, we have to tell the application what is the file name of the file which I expect here to read into the application. It's called master.txt, and the file format is CSV. The separator is a comma. And if I go inside of the file structure, I see there is one field which is called instruction code, one field which is called commodity code, and one field called commodity name. And then there is a field for the quantity, and updating date and time, which is a date time format screen. So I could go inside, or I can click on this one and say, okay, commodity code. How is this field structured? How does it look like? So we see here it's alphanumeric characters. It has a maximum number of 13 digits. So it's an EAN code, which is behind. Yeah, that's basically it at that point, describing the data format. If we go back, we can then go inside. We have the next part, instruction cert. So first we need to get the instruction code, and then we have some master reference setting, some search data setting. So this is the guide message. This refers to a master file called picking instruction master. And then we search something, instruction code. This is what we're looking for, what the input field is, the input data name, the display name, and then it says alphanumeric, 15 digits. And if we go back, input reading setting, so this means that the moment I enter this one, it automatically registers in the respective data set, and then I have some buttons here which I can define how this should look like. And again, we can look at the preview to see how this screen is looking like. And we have here display the number of registered cases. This is leading to the situation that we will see here the number of registered cases in the bottom of the screen. So this was the instruction search, and then we have the picking part of this process. We have again a message, a master reference setting. So we show display filters. This can be quite complex, I agree. So if we just click through it just to get an impression how it looks like we have to define the data fields and stuff like this. And of course, all these workflows are following a similar scheme here. So we cannot freely create a workflow like what we would do if we would develop an application. So we're limited to a few boundaries here, but we can do we have some flexibility in the task what we're planning to do. And I would really recommend then to get a first impression to download the sample data and try playing around, try checking the data, how it is set up, but then as well check the included manual, the included operations manual to understand how this is working. So now finally, after we've done the picking stuff, at the end of the day, we're jumping to the point where we're uploading the data, so where we're exporting the data from inside our application. And here as well we have some guiding message which we can define. Sending method, this is quite interesting. So what we're doing here in the beginning is we're storing, or we are uploading the data to the internal storage, which means we're storing the data, the files we create on the device. But it is possible if we are using DMS, so the device management system from DENSO Wave, to store the data in locations where we can upload them using DMS to a central server. Or if somebody is using BHT Link, which is a communication tool, like we know from the DENSO OS devices, we have our transfer utilities, and BHT Link is something similar, which we can use in this case to upload the data, and of course we can send the data directly by mail from the device. Given, for instance, that in that case we need an internet connection and the mail client configured at that point, but then it is possible that we can send the data file as attachments in the mail from the device to our host system. So even for people working out in the field using a 3G, 4G connection to the internet, we can use this without connecting to a physical PC. We can still use this and send the data files as attachments if needed. Well, okay, yeah, to give you a quick first overview, so you see there is a lot of things we can configure, there is a lot of things we can create, and this as a first impression, as a first overview on what is possible with BHT Booster, to show you how it works, to show you how it is configured. But I agree, it's quite complex. So I would really recommend to check out the manual, which is exactly describing how everything is working. And of course, if you have any problems, if you run into problems, contact us, ask us. We're here to support you, and we're here to help you even on these new products. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and it was somehow helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and we'll answer as soon as possible. Or send us a message. You can find our contact details in the description below as well. If you want to see more video tutorials from the DENSO Tech Academy or other video content from DENSO, check out our channel. Or subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you and bye-bye.